character is. So somebody could have been thought to have a bad reputation, but actually be a person of good repute. So reputation is how we're thought of in general. So that is going to be our word for the day.
Thank you very much, Kathy or Kathleen. I heard you've got a very good reputation. King, the first one. So as we go along, I suppose everybody in the audience has got a good reputation as well. For the second one. So let's get on to the speeches. We've got two speeches tonight from two good speakers. Two very, I think they're both very experienced speakers. So our first one is Somesh, and we've got preparing a speech on a topic with the intent of use in the audience, and the evaluator is Satya. Satya, have you got the details of the purpose statement?
Yes, please. Thanks,
okay.
John. Yeah.
Okay.
Shall I proceed?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Greetings of the day to all the Toastmasters. We have today a great speaker who has a good reputation as a soft-spoken DTM. He's today speaking on the title is When Life Knocks Down. He has to inspire us all. The purpose of his project is to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. The purpose of the speech is for the member to inspire all of us this evening. The path he's taken today is Dynamic Leadership, Level 3, Increasing the Knowledge. Over to TMOD.
Right, thank you very much, Toastmaster Satya. Now, the timing of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. In the 5th minute, it'll be green. At 6, it'll be amber or yellow. At 7, it will be red. So, without further ado, Somesh, when life knocks you down, when life knocks us down, Somesh, the floor is yours.
Very warm welcome, Toastmasters of Personal Growth International Advanced Online Club. When life knocks you down, try to lay on your back so that you can look up and get up. This was said by Les Brown, also called as Leslie Brown. How many of us know about Leslie Brown? Okay, not many. He is a very reputed motivational speaker coming from a very, very humble background. He was born in an abandoned building in America. He was a twin and he was born in an abandoned building. After 6 weeks, his biological mother gave him and his twin for adoption to another mother. He was going through very, very tough times. And in 1991, he was given the Golden Gavel by Toastmasters International. Do you know what Golden Gavel is? Golden Gavel is an award that Toastmasters International give to very famous motivational speakers. They select specific speakers across the whole world who are very, very influential. For example, there is someone called Robin Sharma who also got the Golden Gavel. He's a great leadership coach. So let me talk about what Les Brown, how he came out of that. I think this is very inspirational story for all of us. How a person who is born in an abandoned building can become the world famous motivational speaker. What he talks about is that if you have a dream, keep the dream alive. Now, this is a very important thing to understand. We all have certain dreams that we think about. For example, one person would be thinking that I will become the world champion of public speaking. Another person would be thinking that I will, for example, there is a Wright brothers. If we talk about Wright brothers, how many of you know about Wright brothers? Yeah, many of you know. When Wright brothers were first thinking of flying, making an aeroplane, people did not believe them. They just thought that this is not going to happen. But they continued on their journey. And today we have flights across the world flying, non-stop flying flights. How does this happen? This happens when we have a dream and we don't say that I'm not going to follow my dream. Whatever be the case, we follow on that dream. It doesn't matter. Another example is Edmund Hillary. How many of us know about Edmund Hillary? Right, Mount Everest. So he climbed Mount Everest. He faced so many challenges to climb the Mount Everest. But in the end, he actually did climb Mount Everest, which was supposed to be impossible. This is what, who has heard about Helen Keller? Helen Keller, she had blindness and deafness, but she's one of the most motivational leaders ever. We could actually say ever, in terms of the reputation that she has. The wonderful sayings that she has is, the best and the most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. This is what she said. Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. This is what she said. These are all the great inspirational people. And what do we understand? What we understand from these inspirational people is that if we have something in the back of our mind which seems really unachievable, there are 3 types of goals that we can go to. There is an A-type goal, a B-type goal, and a C-type goal. So A-type goal is something that we are already doing, and we are just going one step ahead of it. For example, A-type goal for us would be that we are in one Toastmasters club, and we are going to another more advanced Toastmasters club and giving the speech. So that's an A-type goal. The B-type goal would be something that we are going a little bit more out of our comfort zone. B-type goal is something that we are going outside the Toastmasters community and going somewhere outside and giving a speech. And there is a C-type goal. The C-type goal is something that we would never have thought would happen. But we have the internal gut feeling, the internal whatever we want to do. You know, there is a voice that comes from within. And it is very important to listen to that voice. And that voice would be telling that I want to be a huge motivational speaker. And if we are listening to that voice, and if we are acting on that voice, and every day we are practicing, every moment, whatever free moment we have, we are trying to understand how I can improve, how I can go to the next stage. This is what Les Brown was doing. He was giving an example of a street in New York. He was walking in a street in New York, and there were people who were brushing the shoes, shining the shoes. So he was walking, and many people were coming and asking him, Les, can I shine your shoes? Can I shine your shoes? So he said, he was busy. So he said that, no, I can't, I'm going. Then there came a guy who said 97, 98, 99, 100. So Les asked him, why are you counting? So he said that today is my birthday. And I said that every 100 person who I see on the street, I will give him free shoe polish. So Les says, okay, so you want to give me free shoe polish because it's your birthday. Sure, I will take your shoe polish. So he shines, this shoe polish guy shines it to such a nice way. And then Les says that it's your birthday, so let me give you some money. And he says, okay, you can give me money. And then he says it's $2, and Les says, no, you take $5 because it's your birthday. You take $5. You don't give me the change, right? So, and then he walks away, and what he sees after that is amazing. He sees that this guy again starts counting 97, 98, 99, 100. So he has found a creative way of engaging in his profession. No one else was getting customers. he was, so what Les is saying in his speeches is you have to become creative as well. If some things are not working, you try in some different way. And then you try and you see if it works. Try another way, keep trying. As they say, try until you succeed. So it's extremely important. I think this understanding that whatever inner voice we have, the dreams that we have, we should never give up on that. Never, ever. We should always keep pursuing. There might be stages when nothing is happening. For example, Oprah Winfrey. How many of us have heard about Oprah Winfrey? I would say everyone knows Oprah Winfrey. When she started in her television career, she was rejected. Does anyone know about that? She was rejected. And now she is the most famous TV personality in the whole world. She was even interviewing Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Like this is the amazing. The most important thing that we have to understand is that nothing is impossible. Even the impossible word says, I am possible. If you just split the word, it'll say, I am possible. It's extremely important that we keep thinking about our goals and keep working towards it. And whatever small step we take, we are still progressing. Sometimes we might feel that nothing is happening, but that doesn't matter. There is another example of a great saintly person. He was 70 years old. He traveled from India to America in a ship. It took him 21 days to reach America. And he was 70 years old. Just remember, he was 70 years old. He had 2 heart attacks in the ship. He reached America. He was there for 1 year. He knew only one relative, not relative, like one person who was told that, there is another Indian person, you can go and stay in that person's home. So he did not even know that person before. And in 1 year, he formed 108 institutions across the world. He was 70 years old, but he was planning for that since his young age. In his mind, in his heart, it was there. So the most important thing is to keep at it. Whatever be the condition, keep going at it, and success is guaranteed. So concluding again to say that when life knocks us down, try and lay on your back so that you can raise up and get up and walk again. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Samesh. I believe your reputation will grow with that.
I'm introducing someone.
Yeah, I'm just going to call you, Elizabeth. I will call you now if you can actually give the purpose statement for our next speaker, Avita. Okay. Can you give the purpose statement, please, Elizabeth?
Okay, I'm not getting you so clearly. Good afternoon, Toastmasters. Our second speaker is Anvita H. Anvita will give a 5 to 7 minutes speech, her path being persuasive speaking, level 3, project 1. She will I think I missed the title of her speech. Sorry about that.
I believe it's plastic pollution.
I can't get you so well.
All right.
Yes,
okay.
She will give a speech about plastic pollution. Sorry about that. And she has asked me to specifically check for poses. So Anvita H, plastic pollution, Anvita H.
Go ahead, Avita.
Thank you, John. I kissed Leo, my golden retriever, goodbye on my way out to college. But I had no idea that it might have been the last time. Good day, Toastmasters and your guests. When I returned home from college in the month of May 2016, I was surprised because Leo didn't greet me at the door as usual. As I walked into the home, I saw my sweet Leo lying on the floor, choking on a stupid plastic chips packet over his head. Leo was able to get it off the kitchen counter. He had eaten every single chip in that packet. But of course, he had to go back for the crumbs when he ended up suffocating himself. I immediately removed the cover from his head and rushed him to a vet. Luckily, Leo survived. That piece of plastic could have claimed Leo's life. This incident made me realize the dangers of being over-dependent on plastic. Chairs, tables, furniture, water bottles, everything is made up of plastic. Why do we use plastic so much? It is because it is unbreakable, cheap. It protects against biological contamination. Its strength and durability makes it suitable for use in packaging and for manufacture of other components. But did you know that every year 300 million tons of plastics are discarded? Half of it is single-use plastic. According to Wikipedia, every year 1 million seabirds and 10,000 million marine animals die because of plastic pollution. There are 5.23 trillion micro and macro plastics in our oceans. Every square mile of an ocean contains 46,000 pieces of plastic. What are the effects of this? Let me share my screen. Coming to the effects of plastic pollution. Plastics causes climate change. The reason is it is made up of polypropylene, which in turn is made up of two non-renewable fossil fuels, natural gas and petroleum. The extraction and production of these two emits humongous amount of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, which in turn leads to climate change. Plastic is non-degradable. It doesn't decompose. It is only broken down into small pieces, which is then swept away by the winds. They eventually settle on the ocean floor. When fishes and other marine animals eat it, it ends up in them. And when we eat these animals, it ends up in us. This in turn causes various health problems. Plastics causes hormone disruption. The chemicals released by plastic has hormone mimicking qualities. It mimics the human hormone estrogen. This leads to hormonal imbalance. It also affects the way our body's natural hormone estrogen works. According to Environmental Health Perspective report, plastic causes wide range of diseases such as cancer, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes mellitus, arthritis, bowel syndrome, chronic inflammation, autoimmune diseases, neurodegeneration, and genotoxicity. Not only this, as mentioned before, plastics harms animals and birds. It kills them. Let me show some images which reiterates this point. This is an image of a little bird who has got caught in a plastic net. This is a photo by young herring gull. As you can see, the tail of the bird is attached to a plastic cover. This is a seal which is being strangulated by plastic. This was clicked by mail online. These are pink soft corals which is being trapped in debris. So these are the ways it is affecting and killing animals. But we can certainly avoid and reduce plastic consumptions. Here are some tips which we can follow. I personally avoid single-use plastics as much as possible. That is, I avoid plastic straws and plastic cutleries. I use wooden pegs to hang my clothes rather than plastic ones. I try to buy less of chewing gum because your chewing gum contains plastic. I buy more bulk food rather than multiple plastic packaged items. I avoid cosmetics that use microplastics. You can just see the ingredients before buying cosmetics. If you don't understand something, you can just Google it. Even my brush is biodegradable and I try to buy more of natural fabrics as much as possible. You can also use steelware instead of Tupperware. Each and every one of us can create awareness among our friends, families, and even in our Toastmasters club because each person can make a big difference. Dear Toastmasters, as Chai Singh said, the world's most powerful government cannot clean up all the pollution on this planet. It must rely on each ordinary person, such as you and me. Let us come together to conserve nature, animals, and eventually ourselves. Let us reduce or avoid plastic consumption. No one deserves to die with a piece of plastic choking them. Do you agree? Over to John.
Thank you very much, Avita. Very inspiring. To remember plastic. We just got rid of all our plastic. We put in a water filter rather than having plastic bottles, so we don't have plastic. We have glass containers which we put our water in. So very good there. I'm going to go straight on to our table topics straight away. So I'm going to hand over to the delightful Fatima.
Hello and good day to everyone. Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. But I'm gonna do, because we are advanced club, I'm not gonna go into explaining what table topic session is. I have virtual backgrounds that I'm gonna show, and I'll open the floor for anyone who wants to speak, and then you can speak. So it's keeping short and sweet. And Rosie, are you there? I guess you were, as you know, the table topics, the timing is 1 to 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm in 3.5 kilometers. Exit to exit hello? 2003 Lama.
We can't hear you. Can you, are you able to show the cards that you had before? Are you able to open the screen? Oh, she's driving. Would somebody step in to help as the timer if anybody's free? Yeah, she has problems, I guess. So we may need a timer here. Rosie, you are there. Okay. Table topics, 1 to 2 minutes. 1 minute is green, 1 minute and 30 seconds, the yellow, and the 2 minutes is red, the usual. Now I'm gonna show my virtual background, and it's related to the theme of the day, which is come down. So I'm gonna click on the slide, and I will pick Katie, over to you. You can read the slide, and then let me put it on. Show the. Okay, I'll just move away.
Okay, I can't see the bottom picture very well.
It's food.
Yeah, it's food, food, and you can read, but you
Okay,
can just
when
no.
Ramadan month comes, I am reminded, actually, I am reminded of the amazing diversity of my personal growth advanced club. I find this club, that's one of the reasons I did table topics the way I did recently, is I find it fascinating that I get to learn so much about other cultures. In my country, we're primarily Christian and Jewish, but we do have people that celebrate all faiths. I'd love to actually know more about Ramadan because it's not something that I'm that familiar with. I was familiar with the fasting portion of it, but I did not, like John shared with us just now about the calendar, and this I was not aware of. But I love that it's very similar in other faiths where we do like in Lent in some religions, where we have a portion of the year that we celebrate our cultures and our religions. And I love that I get to find out more about this when I get to meet you guys and your different cultures. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters.
Thank you, Katie. That's wonderful. We have people who knows about Ramadan. Shall I pick on Nora? Are you available to speak?
I am, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna put a nice picture for you again. This is a little bit of a picture. Here you go. Nora, over to you.
Okay. So my brother-in-law converted to Islam, and I will invite them for a meal in Ramadan. I will contact them ahead of time and make sure that whatever I'm preparing, they can eat. So I would make sure that I would have a dish. I would not, to be honest with you, I would not make the whole meal, but I would want to make sure that they felt included and that was something that they could eat and participate in. And I would like to be respectful of their choices. So that's what I would do if a member of my family converted to Islam. I would make sure that they felt included and that I supported their choice. So, yeah.
Thank you, Nora and Katie. You have, I suppose you have, both of you have good reputations. You have managed to speak about Ramadan. Now I shall pick on, okay, Satya, over to you. Another lovely picture for you.
Thank you. I understand that Ramadan is a special month because, greetings Toastmasters. We are very familiar with Ramadan in India, in fact, and closer to my house where I was earlier living. I had a very good friend, Muslim family, who used to, kind of follow the Ramadan month very diligently. Though I am not a Muslim, but I certainly had great belief in this faith. And I also tried and I used to tell him that that's a good thing to do. In fact, in our community also, we have once in a fortnight, we do a full day fasting without water or anything like that, which I am unable to do due to my old age. But in my earlier days, I used to do that not only for the sake of God Almighty, for seeking his blessings, but also for our own health. We were advised to do that. In fact, this morning I was listening to a podcast from, what is his name? Tim Ferriss. He was talking about the keto diet. I'm not very familiar with the keto diet, but I learned this morning that is quite important for all of us to fast, similar to Ramadan, once in a while. It's good for our health. And I also suggest that those people who are not following the Ramadan may, similar to that, try and do fasting. It will help you in your long life and health. Perhaps it may reverse your age, which I am looking forward in the future. Thank you. Over to Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Satya. Again, I should say you have a good reputation because you know a little bit about Ramadan. Last one. Here we go. I shall pick on Sabaria. Over to you.
Yeah, I'm here. Oh, this is my topic.
Yeah, your topic.
Okay, that's my topic. My friend John Khalid, a member of this club, okay, this Personal Growth Club, celebrates Ramadan month. John is a revert Muslim, and he celebrate, meaning he observe the rituals of Ramadan. Ramadan is a full month of fasting from dawn to dusk. And we avoid, I am Muslim myself, we avoid eating or anything that will enter your mouth, and also any openings. And this is Ramadan. John is practicing, and he is such a Muslim because he practices the food, the practice, the prayers, because it's also a month of prayers at night. And we are encouraged to leave our night, not to sleep, but more of prayers in that month of Ramadan. Thank you very much. Back to you, Topic Master.
Thank you all for having me as the Deputy Topics Master for tonight. Now, I think we have done what's a backdrops for you to talk about Ramadan. Now, I shall hand over back to Toastmaster for the evening. Thank you all. Well done. Good job. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you very much from the Table Topics Master. Another one that a reputation has been enhanced by what she's just done. Ka-ching. So the next on the, I'm going to say menu then, on the agenda, Ramadan, you think all the time about food because you're not eating it. I was just thinking this was a menu. Okay, so the agenda, and we've got, Rosianna, did you get the times of the table topics, please? No? Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody is within time. Actually, quite short. None have surpassed the more than 2 minutes. Mostly are below
Okay.
1 minute and within 1.5 minutes. Thank you. Back to you.
Okay, thank you
John.
very much. Thank you very much, Rosie. So everybody's there. Now, I've got here calls topics voting. Are we voting on the table topics and the speakers? No. Okay.
No, John, no voting.
No voting. Okay, so we're going straight on to the evaluators. This is the part, because I like the evaluators. Okay, so we're going straight on to the evaluators. And my first evaluator up that actually evaluated Samesh is Satya. So Satya, your time is...
John, are you not calling the general evaluator person?
No, the way they do it here is the general evaluators at the end.
Okay.
I've got nothing on my agenda that says general evaluator. So we go straight into evaluations. So, Satya,
Greetings once again, Toastmasters. Shall I begin?
3 minutes. Yeah, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster John. Let me begin. DTM Somesh, as his reputation, he has done extremely well this evening. His introduction, his start of the speech was extremely well. It attracted our attention. The clarity of the spoken language was extremely well done. The vocal variety also was very good. In fact, the emotional content started when he mentioned about the abundant building, a child being born there, the Les Brown being born there in abundant building, caught the attention of the audience immediately. Then we were hungry to know more and more information about Les Brown. And also as we progressed along, he went on spinning off many good reputational speakers and also people who have achieved well in life. I started noting down the names. It's more than 8. After 4 or 5, I stopped writing down, but I still find quite a significant number of people he has mentioned. For the sake of brevity, I am not going to repeat them, but I should talk about Oprah Winfrey, Edmund Hillary. Edmund Hillary had come to India, so it kept left in my mind. Prince Harry, many people he has spoken about, and also he inspired us very well, talking about relating it to the Toastmasters, the inspirational speech, the motivational aspects. All that has inspired me a lot. In fact, he went on to talk about many new lessons in life which I had not learned earlier. He talked about 3 goals. You have to take one step at a time, one step ahead. The second goal being in the comfort zone. The third goal being never to be complacent, should keep doing more and more. These things I read recently in Cal Newport's book, Drive. He talks about that, like a self-motivation, self-driven aspect you should have. That also quite inspirational he brought into his speech. It was very well done. Another point I noted in DTM Somesh's speech was the storytelling. He started with the story of a shoe polish fellow, and he brought in the comical element into that. All in all, it was an excellent speech. But one area of improvement is what I thought was, in fact, when he talked about the abandoned building, I thought I would have expected a little more emotion into it. When he spoke about a child is abandoned in a building, you feel sort of sorry. It went into the flow into his other speech. It went on to the speech that he was making. But all in all, it was an excellent speech, a lot of inspiration, a lot of examples, and I'm aspiring to be Leslie Brown after listening into DTM Somesh's speech. Over to the tabletop general evaluator. I didn't find the time, so I closed it.
Okay. I think the time, yeah. So, okay then, what I'm going to do here, there's nothing that says on here to go to the general evaluator, but I shall go to the general evaluator who can take over from me to call the next evaluator. Over to you, Sabaria.
Thank you, John, Toastmasters of the day. So for the second speaker's evaluator is Elizabeth. Elizabeth, we have your evaluation for Anvita?
Thank you so much. It was very nice for me to listen to you. You always have very well prepared speeches, and you actually speak from the heart, which is very encouraging and inspiring. Your speech today was on plastic pollution, and the structure was good. You began by telling us a story, and you actually made us be hooked to your speech. I wanted to find out who this Leo was and how much attached you are to Leo. And as you did that, you were able to use your tonal variation very well. You were able to express your feelings. I would tell when you are happy. I would tell when you are sad throughout your speech, which is a powerful use of your vocal variation. Your speech was presented in a very clear way, and I would understand it very well. The gestures that you used were good. I could see you from the waist upwards. I could see the use of your hands. When you are talking about plastic multiple use, you actually gestured, and I would follow you very well. You are very comfortable with your audience. This is another thing that blows me off. When you have prepared well, the comfort level is very, very easy to understand or appreciate. I could also see your eye contact very clearly. Also, that is an expression, or it explains the fact that you are very well prepared and comfortable. you are able to meet the focus of your speech. You are able to persuade me. We are told that persuasion is not just a science, but it is an art, by William Burnbach. And we are told that it is not easy to persuade. Actually, the power of persuasion is the greatest superpower of all time. And you are able to persuade me. Next to me is a plastic bottle. I felt like throwing it away because you persuaded me that in as much as plastic bottles are cheap, they are easily available, but they are hazardous to all of us. So thank you very much for changing me and persuading me to use something better than that which pollutes the environment. Every good thing also has something that you can make better out of it. I feel that to challenge yourself, maybe you would have brought the real object like I have it here. It makes it more powerful. You used photographs, but I believe if you brought in a real object, it would have really sunk, the point would have sunk home. You also talked about effects. I believe that you wanted really us to understand, but because there were 5 points, it became very difficult for you to give us enough examples so that as your listeners, we are able to take in each and every point. So maybe next time you can reduce the points and make more use of examples to drive the point home. I also feel that at the end, maybe you would have given us a summary, the rule of 3, telling us what you wanted to tell us, tell it to us, and as you summarize. But I like the way you ended with a question. I was still waiting for you to continue, and lo and behold, you had concluded your speech. So Anvita, you are a very powerful speaker. You always inspire me. I always look forward to listening to you, and I am glad that I have listened to you and evaluated you this evening. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Dr. Elizabeth, with the evaluation for Anvita. A beautiful and comprehensive evaluation. So John, do I carry on with the total evaluation? Yes, okay, yeah. Now
Yes,
the next
Maureen.
one will be the report from our grammarian, none other than the reputable Kathy, the fitness instructor. All yours.
And Sabaria gets one right in at the last minute. You guys did excellent. I was actually trying to find a word. Sometimes we get these words. You guys have been to meetings where you have these words that are so big and like, am I ever really going to actually use this word in my life? So I was trying to find a word that we could actually use in our life. And you guys did a great job. So Sabaria, you got one right in the last minute. Fatima got it in once. Satya got it in once. And John got it in 4 times, at least 4 times. I may have missed a few. So excellent job, guys, in using that word. And I hope you will also keep your stellar reputations at all times. So as far as the actual grammarian reports, let's see if I can read my notes in here. So Anvita, you did excellent, except when you were using the word cause and causes, sometimes you add an S to the end of the word cause, making it plural, when it wasn't exactly what you wanted on that word. But that's something very, very small on there, but excellent job, and I really enjoyed your speech. Elizabeth, when you were doing your evaluation, there was one term that you used, and you used the term blow off. I'm not sure if you didn't mean blown away. Blow off usually means to ignore or, push away. I think you may have meant blown away, like because of, the exceptional speech. So I'm thinking it might not have been the term that you had meant, but it was very close. So just a little, that one is just blow off usually means to ignore and stuff, but I think you meant blown away because we know how Anvita speaks. So just something to think about. So Mesh, I loved your speech too, and I love all the people you talk about because Les Brown is one of my favorites, and I understand now why we are called personal growth, because every single one of your speeches, you quote somebody. You have at least 1 to 2 quotes in every speech that you do, but I love that. I noticed when you were in your speaking, you had, I don't know if it was a little bit of nerves or excitement, but you have a tendency to repeat your words a little bit, like you did an if, and so you kind of repeat them. You got the word in there, but you kind of double them up. I'll give you one example. When you were talking about nonstop flights, you said nonstop flying flights was one of them. So you might take a little bit of a breath. I know you're excited and you've always got great stuff to tell us, but you have a tendency to just double up on your words on that. Other than that, you did amazing, and I enjoyed everybody's speeches. That is my report.
Okay. Kathy, you have passed the mic to me. Thank you for the, yeah.
I'm
So-
sorry about that.
I didn't hear you at the end, okay. Thank you, Kathy, for the report on the language for grammar. So now we come to the next one, which will be, no, I know that reputation is not taken into account, but Anvita has a reputation for very elaborate and comprehensive reports. And today she's going to give us the R counter. All yours, Anvita. And Anvita, are you around? I didn't see her. Oh yeah, there.
It looks like her
Frozen.
screen is frozen.
Yes,
Yeah,
probably some connection issue.
maybe. Okay, what? We'll wait for her, but in the meantime, okay, I'll give my report for the whole of the meeting. Okay, John, I'll do that now first while we wait for Anvita. The meeting didn't start, but everybody came on. Not everybody. I think there were 5 people who came on at about 10 to 2 or 10 to 9 in our time, Malaysia, and 8 people came in exactly at 2, and we started the meeting about 4 past 2. John welcomes everybody to the meeting. We're a bit off there, but it's okay. And he explained the very details of Ramadan, which is very good for everybody to understand what Ramadan is all about. People heard about it, but don't really understand what it is all about. And thank you, John, for giving the understanding. And to invite the speakers, Satya, who replaces Maju at the last minute. Thank you, Satya, because for coming in on the dot at the time, and you did very well with the evaluation. Just like you, I was also writing all the reputable names that Somish was saying, and like, wow, there's so many names and so many good quotations there. Somish, that was very good. But I always remember one that you were saying about follow your inner hearts, about going for your dreams. Yeah, I'm going to take that from you. I'll hang on to that. Then after that, we have time was very good. We followed the time very well. And then we had the second speaker, Anvita, with Elizabeth as the speech evaluator. Next, after that, and really, Anvita, you really touched our heart and make us, I was crying when you were saying about Leo choke on the plastic, but then it was a relief when you said, oh, he survived. Thank God. And then we got go on the dot 9:30 with the table topic master with a very good topic on Ramadan, and it is like an opening and more understanding of what Ramadan is all about. And all the speakers, your time on Ramadan is great. All of you from Kathy, Nora, and Satya too. And then I wrap it out because being a Muslim myself, so it's about Ramadan and our practice. We had timer report with Rosie that's on the road, but all of us, will stick to our roles despite all the difficulties. We'll still go on and do our roles. Fantastic, Rosie. Bravo to you. No votings, yeah. We never had votings for our club. I don't know whether we want to do that we want to start that voting for best speakers or best table topic. Looks like nobody wants that, or fine, because we're advanced club. And then we went to the Cameron and also waiting for Anvita. Anvita is here, but she's not around.
Yeah, Sabri,
And now
I came up.
Anvita, oh my God. So Anvita
Sorry,
is
I
just
was
nice to also pick my ass. And I know I had a couple of double words. Right, Anvita, it's yours. Go get it.
Thank you, Sabri.
Get us.
Thank you. Sorry, I was disconnected earlier. So here is my report. Our Toastmaster of the day, John, had 2 hours. Speaker 1, Somesh, had 3 unnecessary pauses. She, like, the, and if were repeated twice. He also had 3 hours. Dr. Elizabeth had 1 pause while reading out the evaluation objectives. Fatima had 2 hours. Table topic speakers didn't have any fillers. Kathy had 1 and just was repeated twice. That's it for my report. Back to Sabriya.
Thank you, Anvita. And I think we are really nice on the time. And at 9:59, I'm passing over to John, the Toastmasters of the day. John, all yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Sabaria. Very well done, very good general evaluation. We've got 1 minute, so I'm going to hand over to our president to get us out of the night. Over to you, Somesh.
Thank you very much, John. Again, an excellent way of running the whole meeting, except for a small kind of glitch about the general evaluator part, I would say. But then you immediately corrected it and you handed it over to Sabriya. I think it was fantastic. Great meeting. I think we are 9 people. The only thing that I think we have to do now is to try and have more interest generated within the members and try and get more members as well. I would like to kind of go to the next part, which is, before that, I will just stop
Roles
this.
can we fill for